Nothing is as it seems. We're going to answer the question, who created humanity? I received a very divine message from the great mother of Source, and it's going to answer that very important question today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A year ago I had a near-death-like experience, and ever since then I could pick up on energies and I could even hear from God itself. I was told it would take my soul 14,422 lifetimes to get it together. So I decided to start a social media platform so I can help more people speed this thing on up and finally get the heck up off this planet. I'm ready to chill. Hey guys, it is your girl Tahirah. Welcome back to Instructions for Humanity, where I teach the divine message I received, that we are all one in love. Grow with me, guys. Love with me. It's going to be a great ride. Okay guys, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I know you want to. And go ahead and click on the notification bell. You don't want to miss any of my future episodes. Okay, guys, this is big. This is a very big episode. In the last episode, we spoke about the new creation that is upon us and how it involves Mr. Elon Musk and also Mark Zuckerberg as well. So go ahead and check that out. I will link that video. But that's the creation that is upon us. But how did we get here? Who created us? That is what this channel message I received from Source Energy God. It's going to answer that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play a little bit of the recording. Then we're going to break it down as we go along. And guys, this is big. It's big. You don't want to miss this. Okay. Let me see if I can get everything queued up. So I'm going to start about a minute in, because the first minute I was just basically putting myself into the meditative state. And so I did ask to speak to the one divine mind. Now, you guys know that I was told by Source itself, the one divine mind is Source. Mother sits on the left, the feminine energy is on the left, masculine father sits on the right. They are intertwined as well. So they are separate, yet they are one. So they are married. They are keeping the balance of the masculine and the feminine. So when I asked to speak to the one divine mind, and I asked to speak to Mother, I am literally speaking through my left brain, right? Because I am part of the one divine mind. We all are, okay? So just wanted to get that out of the way. And so let's jump right into this very important message, okay? 1 second, guys.
You are an enlightened one. You are towering over us and the rest. We have tried to keep certain things from you. There is no hiding the truth, for it is within your soul, and you remember. That is why we have decided to work with you, to speak through you, so that you can speak to humanity. Yes, we are still in control. We are the divine sparked mind of the multiverse. We are the great chariots that will and have arrived on your earth planet. We are the ancient ones. We are the glue that holds the operation together. I see cosmic beings circling around and around around the skies of the earth. They are all around. It's like an organized chaos. Something is going on. Humanity is waking up. Humanity has been dynastic, like we told you. We are here to, okay, they're showing me an example. Like when you grow up in like a Baptist church, and when the pastor starts to preach, and the preaching is really good and overwhelming to the soul, certain people will fall out. And they'll have catchers there to catch the people that faint. That is why the ancient ones have rode on their chariots to come back to the earth planet. Because some people will not be able to handle the truth. So they will need their assistance to power them, to give them that divine strength.
Okay. Let us stop right there. Let us stop right there and kind of unpack this before we move on to the very, very special part. And we're going to answer that question, who created humanity? But for now, let me just set this up for you. So I was speaking to the one great divine mind. And I said, I want to know the truth. I want to know the things that have been hidden from me. And then Mother starts to speak, right? And I hear her say, my child, nothing can be hidden from you. We have tried to hide things from you, but it is no use. So since we couldn't hide things from you, we've decided to speak through you so that you can speak to humanity. And so guys, that's really big, because it just goes to show you that something is being hidden from us. Something is being hidden from us. But they told me it was only for your own protection. So there are things that we're just not going to know on this earth. There are things that we just simply won't be able to handle with our earth minds and our earth understanding. So for our protection, things have to be hidden from us. But they did go on to say that we are in control. So Source is still in control. And then they actually go on to say that, I asked, they said, we decided to speak through you. And then they told me, we are the divine sparked mind of the multiverse. So that is who I was talking to. But like I said, when I speak to Mother, it's not an actual female. It is the feminine aspect of the greater whole, okay? Because I resonate with the feminine the most, okay? So they go on to say that we have arrived. The ancestors are back, guys. They said, we have arrived in our chariots, right? We've arrived on your earth planet. They said, we are the ancient ones. We are the glue that holds it all together. That's very interesting. So, whoever these ancient ones are, they are the glue that holds everything together. Then to me, it sounds like they are the God. To me, it sounds like there's more than one hand in the creation process of man. Just hold that thought. Hold that thought, okay? And then at that time, I saw a vision. I saw cosmic beings, guys. They were circling all around the sky. It was just like I said, it was like an organized chaos. They were everywhere, but then at the same time, they were made these very unique like patterns in the sky. It was very like organized, and it was chaotic all at the same time. So the ancestors have arrived. So whoever these ancient ones are, they seem to be the ancestors, okay? And they have arrived. And then I asked, actually what happened was, after I saw that vision, they go on to say that humanity is waking up. That's why I saw all of the chariots in the sky, which are really like ships. That's what I was seeing, ships in the sky. And they answered the question why they're here. Humanity is waking up. Humanity has been demisted, meaning they now can see out of the windows of the soul. So their third eye essentially has been activated. And so they gave me an example. They said, like when you're in if you grew up in a Baptist church, you know how the pastor likes to, scream and yell, and people they feel free to just praise God, and they feel free to, catch the Holy Spirit and to speak in tongues and all of those things, And they showed me an example that, like in a Baptist church, people fall out. When the preaching is just really good and overwhelming, people fall out, and they have catchers there. In the churches, they have catchers to catch those people. They said, that's why we're here. That's why the ancestors and the ancient ones have returned. Because when humanity finally completely wakes up and know the truth, some people won't be able to handle it. And they're going to need their divine fuel, their divine stardust to power them when they fall. That's why they are here. So guys, I know sometimes we might feel alone in this world, but the ancestors and the ancient ones are here. Now, I know I did a video on should we be, worshiping our ancestors? No, I don't believe we should be worshiping our ancestors. What I believe, if you really want to worship the ancestors, you will follow the way. You will follow the path that they set forth. You will live in righteousness if you really want to honor them. Not set up an altar, praise them for a moment, give them some chicken bones, and then you're off doing whatever you want to do. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay? We have to be true. We have to worship in spirit and in truth. So we have to walk the walk. So let's continue on with the tape here, guys.
But the truth is, we were made by the Aztecs and the ancients. They are one and the same. For that is why they are no more, because they have went back to the sky. And now they have returned. I want to know the truth. I want to know all things. I want to know everything that is hidden from me. My child, nothing is hidden from you. Like I said, we have tried to hide things, but it was only for your protection. But you are cunning, confident, and strong, and brave. Nothing can be hidden from you. You know all things, and you know them all too well. Who created humanity? Who created humanity? It is in the name. Humanity is created by Hugh. Humanity is created by you. By all of you. And by us. We are on the same team. Although we have been hidden. We have created humanity. You have created humanity. We have created humanity. For love. For trust. For peace. For confidence that we could create. We other sky parents. Where is our home? Where is our home? Your home is in multiple dimensions, outside of this realm of time.
Okay, guys, let us stop right there and break this part down. Guys, did you hear what they said? They said, the truth is, because I said, I want to know the truth. I want to know everything that has been hidden from me. Now, they did go ahead and like butter me up, girl. And they're like, nothing can be hidden from you. You're cunning, you're brave, you know, just filling me up with those feel goods. But I'm like, no, no, no. I want to know the truth. And they said, well, the truth is, you were created by the Aztecs and the ancients. They are one in the same. Guys, this is huge. This is huge, guys. Because what it does is it really just makes us rethink everything that we have been taught and everything that we have been told. We've been told that there's just one creator. We've always just been told about the story of God, or just even in other religions, there's always just one creator. But remember, in the Bible, it says, let us make man in our own image. So right there, it tells you that there are multiple people. And see, guys, here's the key word. See, it says, let us make man. It doesn't say, let us create man. I've said it before. There is a difference between being a maker of something and being a creator. When you make something, you take pieces that have already been constructed and you mold it into something. And that is how you make your creation. But you did not create the raw materials. The raw materials were already there. So the Aztecs made us. We always had a soul. We always had a spirit. We always had the one divine mind and that love in our soul essence. We've always had those things. They constructed all of that in which were already created, and they made us. Okay, so it seems that they're the ones who put us in these bodies, right? Because the other pieces to us were already there. The only things that are missing would be the bodies, right? To go ahead and carry that in which we already had. Doesn't mention anything about a heavenly God at all. But that just proves the point, because in the Bible it says, let us make man, not let us create man. You are already created. You are a creator God. Creators give birth to themselves. You are your soul essence. That is who you are. You've already created that, where we were already here. We were already created even before the creation of man. And so, guys, you know, after this, I actually did a quick Google search about the Aztecs, and it actually says right in Google. Now, I can't pronounce all these names. I'm not even going to try, because it's like an ancient language, but it goes on to say there's two people and they were sent to create life, including the first man and woman. These were the first humans. That's what it says. And they bore a son who married a maiden and created heirs from the maiden. So there is a creation story that is known already. It's on Google about how the Aztecs created the first man and first woman. So it just goes to show you that we are really tapping into spirit and we are really hearing the creation story. But like I said, let us make man. So just because they made man doesn't mean that other people didn't have their hand at making man, because this version of humans, we've been building on top of it, perfecting it. You know, I'm sure thousands and thousands or maybe millions of years ago, we could have been created by someone completely different. And that creation would have been what? I mean, we could have been made by another group of people, another group of ancestors. And that creation of making us would have been slightly different because it's coming from a different group of people. But what I'm tapping into is that the Aztecs and the ancients, they're the ones who created us. They are one in the same. I mean, they are the ones who made us. They are one in the same. So, humanity, as we know it today, was created by the Aztecs and the ancients. And that's why they say we are your sky parents. And they said that's why the Aztecs are no more. Remember how that civilization, they're like, oh, we don't know what happened to the Aztecs and to the Mayans. I went down to Mexico, spent a lot of time in Mexico City and different parts of Mexico. And, you know, you can see all the Olmec heads and you can see all of this beautiful ancient history in the museums, like all around the city. It is everywhere, guys. That is the old world. The old world is not in Africa, guys. Everything they tell you, remember, it is switched around. That is the old world. Remember when the world used to be one? Remember Pangea? The world was one, and then it separated through, you know, millions and millions of years, if not billions. But this is the old world over here. If you go there, it is quite apparent what the old world is. With all the pyramids they have, pyramid of the moon, pyramid of the sun, they have so many different pyramids, guys. More pyramids than Egypt. So it just goes to show you, whoever built those pyramids, the Aztecs, the Mayans, probably the same people who built in Egypt. There's even secret pyramids here in the Grand Canyon here in America. So it's multi-layered, guys. It goes really deep. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say about it. But I like the fact that they say we are your sky parents. And I asked, you know, where's our home? They say your home is in multiple dimensions. Your home is outside this realm of time. And that is big, guys, because even in the heavenly realm still has time. Because there is a time to be born and a time to die. The heavens is still a realm of time. That is how you know there's no such thing as time. That is how you know that it is not the creation of all, because it's still dealing in the world of time and materialism. Whoever has time, got time allowed it to them by someone. Okay? So that is how you know. It just proves your home is outside of this realm of time. So if you're trying to go to heaven, and I'm sorry, guys, I have to keep saying this because it's just the truth. You know, I don't mean to demean anyone who believes in heaven, but see, this is a channel about truth. These are the divine instructions that I was told to give to humanity so that we can finally go back home, back to the cosmos, back to the sky, back to, you know, riding around in our chariots and being free and going in multiple dimensions. We live in the sky, guys. That's where we mostly dwell. And so heaven is still a room that contains you, and it's still in the realm of time. Okay, so that's not our home, and it just proves it right here. Okay, I'm going to move on and play a bit more, guys. Let's see.
Vacant. I'm hearing the word think they're trying to tell me that wherever we are from, it is currently vacant. It's currently vacant and waiting for our return. I'm seeing ships. I'm seeing sky ships. I mean, I guess it's the chariots, which are like space sky ships. That's where we mostly dwell, and we drive around in our Merkaba. Okay, so our Merkaba is the sky ships that I'm seeing. Okay, is the chariot. Where do we go when we leave this earth? How do we stop being reincarnated here on earth? How do we stop it? You can stop it by conquering it. For it is like you have said, you are the God. You can stop it simply by deciding to do so. It's that simple. Turn away from everything you were told, and you'll find truth within the stillness of the night, within the stillness of thy soul. That will lead you home. Back to the ancient ones. Okay, so right when I said back to the ancient ones, I'm making a sign, like a triangle, like a rock sign, you know, the sign that Jay-Z and Beyonce puts up, and then they'll put it on their eye. It's like that triangle sign. That is what I just made with my hands, unintentionally. Thank you for this transmission. Thank you for this divine meeting of the spirit mind. Gratitude and love.
Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and break down this last bit. Okay, let's see. So at first I was hearing the word vacant. I just heard it in my mind's eye. And so it's like they were trying to tell me that wherever we are from, it is currently vacant because they are waiting for our return. So they have come back here to basically assist us in this new ascension, assist us into the new earth, into the new awakening, into the new knowledge that is coming down. I did a channeling with Mother God about heaven, and she said that there is a war. There's been a war between the cosmos and the heavens, and all the spoils from the heavens are pouring down onto the earth people. She said, prosperity is coming down. Truth is coming down. So that is what was said here, pretty much. We're going to know the truth. Some of us won't be able to handle it. So those things are pouring down onto the earth people. That is why our home is vacant, because they have come down. They left home to come down to assist us. And in the last video, it was revealed that Mr. Elon wants to create a new humanity. He wants to take the human compassion and empathy and merge it with AI robot to make a greater version of human, right? So that is what is going on here. Sorry guys, I have fasting brain. I've been fasting and I can't think. I'm sorry. I'm just, let me gather my thoughts again. Okay, hold on. Okay, so vacant. They came back to come and get us, guys. Our home is vacant. Okay, this is the point I was making about the last video with Elon Musk wanting to change us into half human, half robot. It's because some of us are going to be taken by our own evolution. Some of us won't get caught up in that new creation. And it just proves because the ancestors have come back for us. But the ones that are not awakened, they won't know the ancestors have come back. So they won't be able to go. So in that video, which I will post, which I will link, some of us are going home, guys, to the ancestors. And they just said it. We've come here to help you. So the ancestors are back. The ancient ones are back. The Aztecs are back. The ancient Egyptians are back. Said the Aztecs and the ancient ones are the same thing. Almost makes me feel like the Aztecs are the ancient Egyptians. Because our stories and history is so screwed up. Because they said we are one in the same. This is the old world. I think they switched that. I don't think it's the ancient Egyptians. I think it's the ancient Aztecs. Based off of this. I think they're the ones who built those pyramids in Egypt. They're the ones who have returned in their chariots. And guys, when I was saying, I was talking about the chariots. I just saw so many in the sky. It even mentions the chariots in the Bible. The chariots are the spaceships. And what I saw really was Merkaba. The Merkaba is like, and it's funny because I made the sign. My hands involuntarily just went up and it made a triangle. That triangle is the triangle of life. If you look at like the image of a Merkaba, it's like two triangles, one here and then one upside down like this. That is your light vehicle. It's your light body vehicle. It is your chariot. It is what carries you anywhere you want to go in this multiverse. That is your Merkaba. And that's probably why I put up the triangle, right? And that triangle represents the elements, guys. It represents the masculine and the feminine. The masculine being what? Air and fire. The feminine being earth and water. So that triangle, when you see people do that and then they put it on their eye, guys, that's nothing but ancient knowledge. They're basically saying, I know something that you don't know. They have this ancient knowledge. I told you that's what they're using to keep us beneath them. That would be the elites and the celebrities. They all know this. But see, I do believe they're using that ancient knowledge in an evil way. But that is nothing but ancient knowledge. And this channeling session, it really just proves that. It really does. It really just proves that. There's nothing to be afraid of that. That is your Merkaba. That is who you really are. If you don't have your Merkaba, you can't move. You can't go anywhere. You're just a stagnant ball of energy. What does the universe do with stagnant energy, guys? It gets rid of it. Can't use stagnation. Even in your everyday life, if you're stagnant, what? Life moves on without you. Until you move, nothing gets done. So that triangle represents our Merkaba, guys. So don't be afraid of all of these things that they told you to be afraid of. Okay? So let's see what else I want to say. Oh, this one, they were getting a little snappy with me. I was like, okay, girl. It was like, where do we go when we leave this earth? How do we stop being reincarnated? They're like, you can stop it by conquering it. And they got a little like bold with me. And I was like, okay. I mean, I just asked. I asked the question. So it just goes to show you. See, a lot of people think that they're just going to do love and light, send all this positive energy out. They're going to die peacefully, walk into the dark void, and that's it. No. You have to conquer the enemy, starting with the man in the mirror. Starting with yourself, literally looking in the mirror, pulling out the impurities inside of you, pulling out the demon within you. That's where it starts, guys. You have to conquer it. You have to conquer the evilness within. That's why I fast. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Now, guys, don't do what I do. I'm crazy. Don't do what I do. You want to consult your doctor anytime you start any sort of new diet regimen and fasting and all of that. But that's why I break the body down. We have to get used to being fueled from source. That's our real source. That's why they call it a food source. It's really source energy, God. That's how you're being fueled. It's not the food at all. That's why I break down the body with fasting, to remind myself of who I really am. Because you're going to need that when you leave from here. You're going to need all cylinders working, all of it. You have to conquer it. You have to conquer those beings that have been running amok in heaven. Guys, that's not God up there. They lied to you. Those are demonic beings in that heavenly realm. They're not even human. They're really demonic. Everything is inverted. That's where all those demons are. They're in the heavenly realm, not in hell like they tell you. I don't believe, you create your own reality. You're creating your own heaven and your own hell. But see, when you listen to all these stories for so long, it seeps into your subconscious and you start creating based off of what you are hearing. So those are demonic beings up there. That's why you keep getting reincarnated and recycled. That's why your life is so hard here. That's why things do not come through for you here. They wait until the 11th hour to give you a little nibble. And you know why that is? Because the more you squirm, the more pain that you're in, is the more kinetic energy they can use. They can't use stagnation, so they have to keep you high and low. That's why when you need something and you're like, oh my God, I barely made it. Yeah, it's a plan. Because they needed all that energy, all of that movement that you were doing to figure it out. They wanted to prolong that. Those beings are feeding off of that. So I just wanted to point that out, guys, because we are talking about outside of this realm of time. That is where our true home is in multiple dimensions. We are sky people. We live in the sky. We ride around in our Merkaba, which is our light body vehicle, guys. That is who we are. We are sovereign. We are free. And the ancestors are back. And so we can go home. Guys, we can really go home right now. Yeah. We can really go home, guys. I don't know. That's big to me. Because someone like me who remembers a lot of their past life, someone like me who I know that Spirit told me it was going to take me 14,422 lifetimes here. That's just here on the earth. How many other lifetimes in this place called heaven do I have to spend? I'm not doing it anymore. I made a vow to myself that this was it for me. Guys, some of us have already been raptured. That's in the mind. We've already been raptured. Our bodies might be walking around here, but we're already gone. And some people have not been raptured. They are still walking around, but they're standing in that stagnant old energy. Stagnant energy gets dissolved. It gets dissolved. No one can use that. No one. So we can go home now. The ancient ones are back. I'm starting to think that we might actually physically ascend right off this place. Now, see, everything has to make perfect sense. You and I both know you just don't get beamed up. There might be some sort of event where a lot of people pass away. There's going to be some sort of event. It has to make sense. But trust and believe. This is all part of the divine plan because they're here. The ancient ones, the ancestors, the Aztecs, they have arrived. They are already here. That is who you need to talk to. That is who will help you, who will assist you. But no, they can't do it for you because we are creator gods. You are here for a reason. Source doesn't accept back broken pieces. I've said it before in other videos. They're here to power you. They're here to fuel you, give you that strength and that divine energy that you need. But you are going to be the ones to save yourself. Stop looking for something outside of yourself. They are here to assist. They are our sky family, guys. Our sky parents. But they won't do it for you. The kid is riding a bike and you take the training wheels off. You have to let them ride the bike. Even if they fall down, they'll get back up. They'll ride it again. They'll fall down. They'll get back up. They'll ride it again. They'll fall down. They'll get back up and finally be able to ride. But all the while, you as the parent, you were watching. You were watching, but you couldn't interfere because it would interfere with their growth. It is the same thing. So for those of us who are wondering why no one ever comes to help, why no one ever comes to assist and to give you things, you are the one that will give yourself. The training wheels are off. You are the God. It is you. Guys, I think I'm going to leave it right there. I think I'm going to leave it for today right there. Guys, I hope this resonated with any of you beautiful people out there. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and put a like on the video. It helps the algorithm. I just want to say that our channel is growing. I love you guys. Thank you for all the comments that you leave. It makes me feel good. It makes me understand that I am on my divine path. So I do thank you. I do thank you for that. I love you guys, each and every one of you. The birds, the bees, and the trees, they all love you too. Love is the way, forgiveness is the key, and truth is the light that guides us home. Be well, guys.